as we were talking about graphic design, you mentioned collages within that, and I wanted to give space to talk about collages as a form of art because as I was looking at your website, I was looking through some of the collages that you have for sale and not for sale on there, and I absolutely love like this "My Grandmother Was Born in Brooklyn" piece, and I think that there's just so many stories. Obviously, with any art that you're looking at, there's so many stories that you can get from a first-hand perspective, but also hearing the story that an artist has behind some of their art is really powerful. What draws you to collages as a form of art?
Yes, so I do collaging digitally and I do it with my hands. I mean, both of them are with my hands, but I do one digitally, paper and glue and scissors. Um, and so I feel drawn to collage and I feel like it's because of the way that my mind works, or at least like, so to me, when I collage, it is similar to doing a puzzle. However, this puzzle is a puzzle that I'm literally creating as I go. And then we
Mm,
get to the final piece when I'm finished the puzzle. Like I'm literally putting the pieces, I'm creating the pieces and also putting the puzzle together. Like, so it's just a whole engaging activity and experience for me. And oftentimes, being able to do this with my fingers and connect it with my brain and my heart, it just all kind of flows. I like get into a flow. Like it's like a flow space. Um, and so that kind of is what draws me to collaging. It's like I'm able to express and create, and it doesn't have to be from beginning to end necessarily in the sense where it's linear. It could be like, okay, let me
mm.
hear what it, let me add this. I don't know where this is about to be. We're gonna put this to the side and use it because it could be here or it could not. You know what I mean? So it's all very fluid and flexible. And again, going back to how I've been inspired by here, by being in California, there I carry that fluid and flexible energy. And that's something that I'm coming to realize in many facets of my life, whether it be like as an artist, as someone a part of a team with Black expression, as a mother. Um, and so I'm trying to make space to recognize how can this fluidity be have structure too.
Mm.
In my collaging, it's crazy because as much as there's fluidity, it all creates a structure. It all creates a wholeness to it. So it kind of
I
comes
love
full
the
circle.
way I love the way you describe that because I don't know how intently I've ever thought about collages. Like I think I've only done collages as part of like a project for a school or that it was like part of a team building exercise. But even just hearing you describe the idea of a team as a collage, and I'm thinking through like when you're making a collage, what parts of a certain image are hidden, what parts of it are contributing to the full picture, what's in front of something, what's behind something, what's a part of something else. So yeah,
Right.
you got my brain wired. I want to write a poem about
Like and
collages now.
so my brain like and it's just the more you even say that, I feel like my brain like operates like this where it's like, okay, everything is kind of everywhere, but at the same time there is a strategy to this shit. Like there's a method to the madness. Like like there are pieces that are gonna have to go behind other pieces. So it's like, are you gonna lay it down and glue it? Are you gonna wait? Are you gonna leave this little piece liver not glued and stick it? Like, I don't know. I just all that I think is like a release for me, or like a, oh, I can, because I can't think like that all the time. I can't operate and function like that. It doesn't work in this society. I have to be like attentive and on my P's and Q's. So when I could collage like that, or even just have an organic conversation in a team like that, the different things we talked about, I feel like, all right, I'm in my flow.
Yeah. See, you got my brain all wired. I'm thinking about how food is even like a collage. Like if you put it together a meal, like that's a
Yeah.
collage of different ingredients. Wow. Hey, this is why I like podcasting too, because sometimes I'm doing the podcast host thing, but I'm also like part listener too. So as I'm listening to you, I'm like, huh, like if I was listening to this podcast episode, that would be the moment I'm like, huh, I want to go make a collage now.
I love that. I hope someone goes to make a collage right now.
So listeners, go ahead, press pause, find some magazines or go on Google Images, uh, and get a collage going. Like, why not? Like, we have a little banquet hall collage going. I like it.
Yeah, and I want to put y'all on too, like listeners, if you want to just collage for fun, the app that I use is called Bezart. You can get it on like I have an iPhone, but it's Bazaart. It's called Bazart, and you can also collage on like Canva too and stuff. You can probably even collage on like photos because you could copy photos and just do your thing. So just putting y'all on, get creative.
Yeah, get creative. And if y'all decide to make a collage because of this episode, definitely go on IG, share it, tag the banquet hall, tag Monet in it. We're gonna get into Monet's various Instagrams a little bit later in the episode. But would love to see what our listeners come up with. So that's the banquet hall challenge of the episode. Want to see them collages. And I think that's one of the beauties of collages. It's just like you said, there's a strategy behind it. So regardless of if we understand the full picture just by looking at it, as people like start putting together, there's so much thought and intention behind those different decisions. So yeah, that's gonna be my goal for 2024 is to make more collages.
Yeah. And then even just going about your life, like how can we take this analogy and bring it here?
I feel like next time I host Black Expression, is going to be a lot of collage talk. So thank you for that.
Yeah.